Right, so here we are guys, this is 5 weeks in on Mounjaro. The question today is, has Mounjaro been cost effective for me? That's the question. Well, let me start at the beginning. I know you've probably seen my other videos from weeks 1, 2, 3 and 4, which I know are great. Only joking. Now, right at the very beginning, I decided after lots of thought that yes, I'm going to give Mounjaro a go. And I decided, after looking at lots of different suppliers, I decided MedExpress was going to be the way I was going to go. And I looked them up and I found it was going to cost me £150 for the 2.5 milligrams. Let me take those off my head. £150 for the 2.5 milligrams plus £4 postage, or £3.95. I thought at first, wow, that's expensive, and it is expensive. It's a lot of money. But I thought, well, perhaps if this works for me, it could be worth it. Now, when I ordered it from them, I went online and filled in all the information form, first of all. Lots of questions about health and what my current condition is, have I taken weight loss jabs before, and where we are, which was fine. I filled all that in, no problem. Pay your application fee, which was £150 plus the £4 postage, so I paid that. This is before you're accepted, which I think's a bit off really, but apparently that's the way it goes. 10 minutes later, I had an email back from them saying I now need to supply them photographs of myself in tight-fitting clothing, which is not a problem for me. Most of my clothes at the time were quite tight, and the front view and the side view and the back view and just about every view you can think of they wanted to see. So I did that, sent that off, and within about an hour I had a message back saying yes, I passed, they're happy with the way things are for me, they agree I'm a good candidate for Mounjaro, the 2.5 milligram pen. Now this was on a Saturday morning. I then received a message saying my package will be coming the next day, and I'm thinking, well, Sunday, it won't come on a Sunday, they must mean next working day as in Monday. So anyway, Sunday morning, got up, I went to work as normal, because I always work a Sunday, because, I'm sorry, if you're just joining me, I'm Paul the London cab driver, and this channel is all about my journey on Mounjaro. If you've joined me before, welcome back, thanks for coming back, it's very much appreciated. I'm trying to be as honest as I can and as real as I can. You won't get nothing false from me, this is just how I am. And you probably won't get nothing fancy, no fancy graphics or anything else on the screen, just bog standard me. So anyway, the next day I went to work as normal on a Sunday, and about 2:30 in the afternoon, my lovely wife Rose rung me, my lovely assistant wife Rose rung me, about 2:30 in the afternoon, and said there's a package there for me. And she thinks it's the medication I'd ordered the day before. I asked her to open it, and when she looked, yes, it was. So we followed the instructions and put the thing in the fridge, put the pen in the fridge, ready for use whenever we're ready. Now this filled me with a bit too much excitement in the afternoon. I couldn't contain myself with both nerves and excitement, so I ended up finishing work early and got home that day around about 7, which is unusual for me. When we got home, we worked out that it'd be good to have a quick bit of dinner first and then do the jab. So around about 8 o'clock we sort of settled down, said right, okay, I can do this, don't worry Rose, I'll sort this out myself. I got the pen out, fitted the needle on the end, ready to go, and then I probably lost a few pounds then in sweat just worrying about it, because I'm not a needle kind of guy. I sort of put the needle near my body at least 5 times. On one of the occasions Rose managed to, being very helpful, stab herself in the finger at the same time, saying, oh, why don't you put it here, and swiped her hand up to where the needle was. So now she has this extremely thin finger, which you would have seen if you watched episode 1. Eventually I got Rose to do the jab for me, and I was surprised how little it hurt. You know, virtually didn't feel the thing at all. So from that point onward, every week I'd done the jab myself. Well, I'm rambling a bit there, sorry, I thought I'd tell you about that. The only effects I've had have been one crazy diarrhea session and a couple of headaches over the 5 weeks. Everything else has been positive. Overall, for that £154 which I spent on Mounjaro, I managed to lose 19 pounds in weight. At 19 pounds in 4 weeks, I know is great. So for me, cost effective wise, just that bit on its own, sorry it's a bit echoey here, I'm under a bridge, just that bit on its own has been worthwhile and very, very worth the money. But then I thought about what other costs I've had, and there hasn't been any costs, but there has been, hold on a second, there hasn't been any costs, but there has been savings. And you probably think, well, how has there been savings? But there has. Food wise, there's been big savings for me. Generally in the morning, every day before Mounjaro, I'd get up around about 7 o'clock, go downstairs, make a cup of coffee. While I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I'll be straight into the biscuit tin. Biscuit, 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 one after the other until a packet's gone. That was generally my start to every day. And that has been the case for years. I couldn't help myself. That biscuit tin used to cry out to me, Paul, eat me, eat me, eat me, every morning. And I couldn't help myself. I would. I felt as if I was actually doing the biscuit a favour by eating it. It wasn't doing me a favour, but that was that. Since Mounjaro, not touched a biscuit. Not had any need or desire to have any biscuits. So, you know, that straight away must save us at least probably £5 a week, I'd have thought, on biscuits. Maybe a little bit more, I'm not sure. On top of that, every week we'd always usually have at least one takeaway, maybe something from the chip shop or Indian. If I'm lucky, I get an Indian. That was always my favourite. So again, you're looking at another, I'm going to be very generous to those people and say £25 a week. So if you say 25, just on those two things alone, we've got £25 a week on takeaways and a £5 a week on biscuits. So that's £30 a week. Over the 4 weeks, that's £120. So £120 off of the initial £154 I paid for Mounjaro. In effect, it's only cost me £24. So £24 to lose 19 pounds in weight. You just can't get that. It's just been amazing. So cost effective for me, yes, very much so. And on top of that, the bonus it's giving me, or I'm hoping it's going to give me, is extra years on my life, because maybe I won't be having a stroke or a heart attack now, or I'm, you know, going towards cutting down those chances. Also, my knees should last longer, so that's got to be a good thing, because already losing 19 pounds, that's quite a huge weight not to have to carry around on your knees if you do go for a walk like this lovely walk today. So that's also a bonus. Anyway, believe it or not, this is the second time I've recorded this today. I recorded it on my first walk down this path, which is about 1.5 miles long. Got to the other end, stopped recording, reviewed one of the videos, the very first one, and I look fantastic, as I always do. Look, see, the old hair, perfect, well, apart from that skunk stripe, as my wife calls it. Yeah, and everything else is going on here, as you can see. But there was no sound. I turned the microphone off, this amazing microphone here, which is fantastic most of the time, but because I took too long to actually start recording, it switched itself off. That was mainly because there was other people walking along this path, and I'm not confident enough to do this yet with other people around. I like to have my own space to walk and talk. Maybe in time that might come round, but at the minute I'm still very much embarrassed by the whole talking to a camera thing, so I don't know. But anyway, because it took me so long, the microphone turned itself off, so I've had to record all this again. I might add a little clip of that at the end so you can see me talking. If there's any lip readers out there, you might be able to say, oh, that's all right, Paul. I'll turn the volume down and I know what you're saying anyway. And you can tell me what bits I missed that I haven't said. So I'm sure there was more information than this I'm giving you, but yeah, so that was that. That's my comedy moment of the day. Every day I have some sort of comedy moment. Today that was it. Right, okay, I'm not going to keep you anymore, but thanks for joining me, and I'll catch up with you at the end of the week when we have the next weigh-in.